This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Good evening, welcome to News Tonight at 9 p.m. This is NDTV Hindu and I am Evelyn Matthew.
Telecom Minister A. Raja defends all the allegations made by Mathur. I'm Krishna and I'll get you all the details.
So could this be the last weekend for the Telecom Minister? Well, we'll just find out in just a bit. Before that, a look at our top stories tonight. A confident Telecom Minister reaches Chennai, says he's done nothing wrong and will clear the air on his stamp.
Prime Minister wants you to resign. Will you quit?
Your question is facetious. Your question is facetious.
Okay.
But could it be the last weekend as Telecom Minister back home? Sources indicate that his ouster may be inevitable and could be next week. And while a former colleague makes startling revelations of the 2G scam, the Telecom Minister says that former Telecom Secretary was part of the discussions.
Of this AG report, but I can say that they have covered a very wide gamut of issues and they have come out with very clear findings.
Meanwhile, the state opposition is fiery over the matter, asks the Prime Minister to take action with immediate effect.
திரு ராஜா அவர்களை ராஜினாமா செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று கோருவதற்கு அவர்களுக்கு உரிமை கிடையாது.
And there doesn't seem anything right with the proposed seating in MTC buses. Women passengers give the new arrangement a big thumbs down.
மிடில் ஏறவங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. இறங்கும் போதும் கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. இத்தனை பேரை இடிச்சு தள்ளிட்டு போணும்ங்கிறதெல்லாம் it's not possible.
Let's also take a look at what's making news in the rest of the country today. Burma's icon for democracy is free. Aung San Suu Kyi is released after 15 long years of house arrest. Indian shooters bagged 2 medals on day 1 of the Asian Games. Gagan Narang wins his silver in the individual category. At the Hyderabad Test, Indian bowlers restrict the Kiwis to 350. At the stumps, they knock off 178. And as the world watched as Harry spun his magic, critics blow hard on the first of the last installment. Well, 2G has only meant too much trouble for the DMK's blue-eyed boy A. Raja, with his 2G spectrum handling been in the focus over the last 1 week. After his flight landed at the Chennai airport today, confident Telecom Minister stuck to what he's been maintaining for long, saying that he will prove the public perceptions against him on corruption to be false and that the media's reactions should not be motivated. Asserting that the CBI's FIR did not name him, Raja has once again said that he did not resign. But at this point, sources tell us that the Telecom Minister's exit has become more or less inevitable and that a decision could come as early as next week. In fact, let's listen into some of those questions that were posed to the minister by NDTV tonight at the city airport, and here's how the minister countered them.
Your response to your response to former Telecom Secretary, his allegation is that he had advised against the first come first serve policy and also against advancing the cut-off dates. What is the response for that?
Mr. Mathur, the then Secretary of Telecom, was put as a part and parcel of all discussions.
Bring it down, please.
And decisions were taken. And the note on file was also signed by him on 7/11/2007. The suggestions regarding assessment of likely availability of the spectrum was also useful in arriving the cut-off date of 25/9/2007. Whatever be the suggestion made by the DS Thakur is on record in the file. I have inquired with the officers In the file, he has signed everything intact.
So if the Prime Minister is asking you to quit, will you resign? If the Prime Minister wants you to resign, will you
Your
quit?
question is facetious. Your question is facetious.
Are you worried about the public perception? Many seem to believe in the corruption charges against you.
No. I am having full confidence upon me. What I did is exactly in accordance with the law. I will prove that this type of perception is wrong. That too, I request that media's reaction should not be unilateral and motivated.
Lastly, there is a CBI investigation going on. Don't you think it's proper on you to resign and then clear your name and come back?
It is not against me. CBI FIR says no name. Let it be. I will not interfere with the CBI inquiry. Let it be. It is an autonomous body. Law will take its own course. Have please patience.
And joining us live from the Chennai airport premises is our reporter Krishnamurthy, who joins us live right now. Krishna, you were there when Mr. A. Raja was just coming in from Delhi, in fact. But paint that picture for us. How did he really appear, his demeanor at that point of time?
Evelyn, A. Raja definitely is at the eye of storm of the entire country, but definitely he seems to be unfazed by all the allegations made against him. Cool and very calm and composed, A. Raja walked out of the Chennai airport just about an hour back, and he of course defended all the allegations made by the former secretary of the Telecom Ministry. He said that all Mathur's allegations are baseless. He said that when Mathur was in the part of all discussions which were held during the time where 2G spectrum allocation was made, he said that all his suggestions are on record, and he also said that his signatures also, he has also given his assent and his signatures are on record. So he said that he said that law will definitely take its own course, and then he said that he's confident that law will definitely prove all the allegations made against him are all false. Evelyn?
Right, Krishna. Also, as far as the weekend goes, that's how much ever is left of it. Is the DMK chief expected to sit down and have a talk with A. Raja?
Yes, Evelyn, there were speculations doing the rounds that there might be talks going on between DMK and Congress ahead of Monday, which is supposed to be a very big day ahead of the Supreme Court's affidavit and also the Parliament session, which will resume again. But then the sources confirmed in the DMK say that all decisions which will be taken on Raja will be taken only after November 18th. Now, November 18th is the day when Aragiri's son is getting married. So all decisions will be taken only after that date. Definitely DMK wouldn't like to be in a soup before that spot where probably A. Raja might be sacked or not. So definitely all decisions will be taken only after that date. And also the courses in Congress over here in Tamil Nadu as well as Centre are definitely backing Raja. They say that they will back him. They are sure that all the allegations made against him are false. So whatever decisions will come up will definitely be on after November 18th. But then leading to Monday is definitely a big day when Supreme Court will start hearing the affidavit filed by the government, filed by the Telecom Ministry, and also the Parliament where definitely all the opposition will gang up against A. Raja. And so what will be the outcome of Supreme Court decision? What will Supreme Court say? Definitely that will have an impact on the decision which the local government will say, local government take. And as a final resort to whatever happens on Monday, DMK's last resort, and this will be definitely as a last resort that they might ask A. Raja to step down. But definitely that will be a last resort. Evelyn?
Right. Thanks very much indeed, Krishna, for joining us with that insight from the Chennai airport. Well, all of these reactions on being clean in the case of the 2G scam comes at a time when A. Raja has been nailed by his former colleague D.S. Mathur, who has blown the whistle this time around. Mathur, who is a former secretary in the telecommunications department, has claimed that he did not okay the controversial decision to advance the cutoff date for processing applications for licenses that year. He added that he had resisted the minister's attempts to give licenses without first coming out with a transparent policy, and had put his foot down and said that he would not sign any files on licensing matters. Mathur is not the first, but joins many, including the government's auditor, who have held A. Raja responsible for grossly undervaluing the 2G spectrum and costing the government thousands of crores by choosing not to auction it. Making these startling allegations against the minister, Mathur added that the minister in the May of 2007 told him that he wanted to award around 500 new licenses, to which Mathur had said that it was not possible because that there was too much and not much, in fact not much of spectrum. And if a large number of licenses were given and the government failed to give spectrum, companies could move the court. So rocking the parliament and creating a flurry among combative political circles, especially the opposition, in reaction to the latest allegations by a former colleague, the telecom minister has said that the then secretary of the telecom department was part of all of those discussions, like he asserted today at the airport, also saying that the decisions were taken with him also being notified to that, and that the note on the file was also signed by Mathur in the November of 2007. Raja also added that the suggestions regarding assessment of likely availability of spectrum were also useful in arriving at the date of September 25th, 2007. Meanwhile, the state's opposition is pressing the Prime Minister to intervene, and that it should be right now.
The ex-telecom secretary, Mr. Mathur's statements, it is worse than the CAG report itself. I do not understand how many more evidences the Prime Minister will want before he begins to act. The telecom minister, Mr. Raja, has defied TRAI, he has defied the telecom secretary, he has defied the then finance secretary, Mr. Subba Rao, he has defied the law ministry, he has defied even the PMO. And in spite of all that, and the clinching report of the CAG, and today the assertion by the ex-telecom secretary, Mr. Mathur, in spite of that, if the central government does not see reason, I don't know what's going to happen. It's high time that the Prime Minister intervenes in this matter and sacks Raja at the earliest. That is good for him, good for his government, and good for the country.
Now, while the Prime Minister has already said that the alliance with the DMK is intact as of now and that the Congress High Command will take a decision on Jayalalitha's offer of support, he refused to comment on A. Raja after returning from the G20 summit.
We are in alliance with the DMK, and that alliance stands as of now.
Well, hearing this, the opposition has hit out at the Prime Minister's continued silence, and even as the NDA has been turning the heat on Sonia Gandhi and her ministers over the 2G scam, non-NDA parties have planned to meet on Monday to arrive at a common strategy and collective stand on the issue. The meeting has been called by H.D. Devagowda, the chief of the JDS, and is likely to be attended by senior leaders of the CPM, the CPI, the Forward Bloc, the BJD, AIA, DMK, RLD, SP and the TDP. Meanwhile, the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India is expected to give its recommendations on Monday, asking for cancellation of several licenses, though the government is not bound to accept them. The move is important in the current context of the CAG report, since the government will be under pressure to explain why it has not acted yet. But still ahead on News Tonight, mounted on a little box and waving to the world, today came good news for Burmese across the world.